Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy Zone. Oh, that's this, isn't it? Hmm. Wait a minute. Why is that shifted over? Give me a split second stream. Oh, that's what that is. Yeah, one moment, stream, as I slowly alter some things live, live and in action, you know? What up, Billy? Give me a second, man. One moment. Pull up. You can pull up to the Discord. Hold on, Thad. 1 second. There you go.
Good. All right. Well, I can hear you from this way then.
You know what my Discord date of birthday?
Yo. Uh-oh.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Copy, copy. About to head home now. Shit. Okay, yeah. Let me join back when I get home.
Copy. All right, let's pop this back out. Oh, bam! Did it pop back out yet? It did not. There we go. Done the right way. Bam. All right. For those who don't know, let's see. Let's give a shout out to Gino the Bender for pulling up. That's Billy. If y'all don't know, he'd be on his Marvel rival kick lately. Uh, you know, let me give him a shout out real quick for pulling up. See Gino the Bender. For those who don't know, who aren't tracking, your boy streams the podcast live on Twitch, and any other platform that I'm connected to. And then we also do a recording of the podcast that goes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, Twitter, Anywhere where there's a podcast and I have been able to connect it through Spotify, it goes there as of now. So if you miss the live recording, don't worry, you're fine, because you can easily just tune in to the recorded audio and drive those numbers up. So everything's good in the neighborhood. Today we're going to be talking about networking. Most people are going to be pulling up. Everybody staggered it in. People's schedules got changed up, moved around. So there's going to be a switch to how everybody rolls in today. You guys saw Eno was he was here. My boy Thad, he was here, and he had to step out because he wasn't home yet. He was on his way home. So no texting and driving, talking and driving. Can't play it safe. But so we might end up just cutting this episode shorter than we normally do. We normally do 2 hours, hour and a half. This episode, depending on what time he gets home, it's probably gonna be cut until like an hour long today, which is fine. It's perfectly fine, because we started our initial push for 2 episodes a week. The second episode's highly dependent on Eno's work schedule, but we're moving in the right direction. We'll see if the pop shows up, Queen, Reptar always pulls up a little bit ish around like 7 o'clock, closer to 7 o'clock. We're Eastern Standard Time. So she'll probably be rolling in a bit here because that is normally how she pulls up, when she pulls up. Let's see here. Shame I can't just pull people up sometimes. Give booty shakes. But we're gonna be talking about a lot today. Let's see. Pull this back up. Ooh. Pull that up. Look at that. Exit that out. We don't want that. But while we wait for everybody to pull up, for those who don't know, your boy Zone is working on a new project. This new project, it's my fantasy novel. Well, actually, let's do this right. Let's do this right. Welcome to another edition of Chill with Zone and Company. I am, of course, obviously Zone. We have people rolling in late today, so we're going to ease it in with some fillers that we normally do. We normally start this segment off with the book club. Let's see what books I have nearby ready to utilize. Right. I don't have my normal books with me. As you guys know, I normally do about 4 or 5 books, going over them. I'll make sure to tag those books along in the description of this week's episode of this Sunday. Those books are all great books to go take a look at. There are novels. I want to say they're listed as novels. There is Left on Red, and there is also a book called Almost Yours, Celine. Both are rather thick novels, but they're a delight. People who have read the books have complimented how much they have thoroughly enjoyed the books. So if you are into love, books, mystery books, drama books primarily. As any book that's thick that has a lot of stuff going on, it's a drama book to me. But if you are into those books, and there are a lot of you that are out there, um, go check out those books. You can find those books on Amazon. Um, if I'm not mistaken, both of those books are available, paperback and hardback copies. They are also available on Kindle. So let's say you don't want to log around a paper book edition, you can pull up your Kindle and you can peruse those books as much as you want from the comfort of your device, whether it be your iPhone, iPad, an actual Kindle pad. If they still make those, I'm not 100% sure if they still make those. Someone let me know in the chat somewhere if they do, if you're aware of that. And let's see, what else? Then there's a children's series that we have. It's called Mikey's Magical Adventures. Can't believe I don't have those books on me. But those are also a book series for kids, and those are really good. There's 2 books. The first book was the initial, where Mikey had a box that a mom gave him, and the story is amazing for little kids. And then there was a second book to the series that was added for Halloween, for those who celebrate Halloween, was Mikey's Magical Halloween Adventures, I think it was. I'm not 100% sure because I don't have the books in front of me. So next week I'll make sure I have them in front of me to actually read those books properly. But I will also be tagging those books like I always do in the link of the episode, so you guys can go check those books out. Those are children books, and those books are also available on Amazon, and also available on Kindle. So if you don't want to lug around your books, you can always pull out your Kindle, iPad, iPhone, and peruse those books. Then we have my book, my first book I wrote. It's pretty much my experience with ADHD and dyslexia. What up, Reptar? Thanks for pulling up to the stream. If you guys don't know, Reptar is also a fellow streamer. He has been grinding some games. I want to say the last game I saw her grind was Marvel Rivals, where she was having some fun. But she also plays a lot of Borderland 4. But let's give her a proper shout out so you guys can see what she currently streams. 1 second. Reptar, you pulled up right as I'm doing my book club segment. We're waiting for people to pull up. We're going to be doing this episode. I plan on trying to do this one about networking. And of course, we're going to branch off like we always do, but primarily focus networking. As networking is a big tool in today's day. So there you have it. Reptar will be streaming Marvel Rivals after the stream. It looks like the last game she streamed was Borderlands 4, according to Twitch. Probably inaccurate, but you know, we'll find out. But my book, first book I wrote, Lost in Translation, Growing Up with ADHD, Dyslexia, and the Emotional Storm No One Sees. It's about my experience with ADHD and dyslexia. It's like a more memoir journal. It is an acquired taste. If you don't want to read about neurological books, that's cool. Don't pick it up. But if you do, go ahead and, you know, peruse it. It is available on Amazon, paperback, hardback copy. It's also available on Kindle. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can peruse it for free as many times as you want, which is great. And if you're one of those people who are like me, who do not enjoy reading a lot of books physically because it's taxing on the mind, my reason, because I'm dyslexic, great news. This book right here, it's available on Audible. I had a gentleman named Robert Ott who did a phenomenal job, as always, who narrated the book for me. It's about an hour and 53 minutes long. It's a good listen. If you're lucky, you might enter yourself into a raffle one day to be eligible to get a free copy of the Audible book, where you can, like, give your boy solid and leave a review. Which brings me to my next thing. So I was waiting for everybody to pull up. Your boy Zone has started a new project, a fantasy lit RPG fantasy progression project. My boy Thad said something. He pulled up. I think he's pulling himself up to the stage here in a second. But this lit RPG, yeah, you're probably doing it from your Xbox. If you're on your phone, we gotta just move yourself up for you, since you have the ability to do it, since you are part of the podcast crew. Raise your hand and I'll raise you up. Back to the audiobook, or not audiobook, the book, lit RPG book. This book, this project I'm working on, I can tell you guys the name because why not? And I'm gonna do something better. I am going to let you guys look at my covers. And what I'm doing currently is I'm taking a poll, right? And if you guys are in my Discord, you guys can head over to my About Me section where I have my book club. And if you are an author and you want to drop some books in there, you let me know. We'll get those books in there so people can peruse them. And I'll make a separate channel for those individuals that's right along mine. But for those who who want to feel like they played a part in my book, and this is for strictly for those who are watching me live. So unfortunately, listeners, you guys kind of missed out on this one. So hopefully you guys at one point will find my link to the Twitch and click that button so you can hit that follow and turn on that bell icon, so that way you get notifications when I am live, so that way you can pull up. But for those who are live right now, right, you guys are in for a treat. I'm going to show you guys some options for a cover for my current project, and you guys will be able to somewhat vote. Yeah, you guys will be able to vote in the chat right now. Then I will take that to my Discord and I will apply the proper amount of emojis that go symbolize your vote. But if you are, in my Discord, you can just place your vote yourself. But for those who aren't, I encourage you to join so that way you can actively vote. I'm going to have it open for about like a week, until next week. And then I'm going to pick a cover. I'm going to pick the top 3 selections. And from that, I will decide the cover. So you're helping me narrow it down from 6 options to 3 options. And then from the 3, I will pick the one that I resonate with the most out of those. So it's going to be a little fun little input from you guys. And eventually I will have a cover where the readers and the listeners completely have input on the cover, from the options that will be available. But let me
Well, hello, motherfuckers. I was waiting my turn.
Yeah, hello. Hello, sir.
What's up? My bad.
Are you good, bro?
Shit.
Busy, life, work.
I had to, hell of a day. Had to go get my medicine, just so that way I could be calm, especially in time for the pod.
Nah, makes sense. All right. Our viewers that are here watching, Eno has pulled up to the pod. So we're gonna get this steamrolling here in a bit. But before we do that, I'm gonna show you guys the 6 cover options that are available. You guys can cast and vote. I will add an emoji in my Discord to signify the set vote for the image. So the first image that we're going to show you guys is this one. I know it says, wait, hold on. Let me. Yeah, so about this size. Hold on a second, stream.
GG, what up, homie?
I am. So how you been, bro? While I'm doing this, oh,
Man, I'm grateful to be alive, dog. I'm gonna just say that much. Another day above ground is always a blessing.
I
Or
hear
if
that.
you want to say it, vertical and breathing. You know what I'm saying? That's another way
Yeah,
of saying it too.
and we got an audience member today. Pulled up.
I was gonna ask who that be, who that person is, but I ain't gonna be weird. More weird than I normally are. You know? And yeah, at least not more weird than normally I am. So,
Let's see.
but hello.
Let's see. Let me see if I did this right. All right, I think I missed one. 1, 2.
Oh, it's on. It's on. What's the name for me?
I know.
For a commercial. There you go. It's back now. We back.
4. Definitely missing one, I think.
As I roll up.
Let me look at my. Let me get 1 second stream. Wait, where'd it go?
Oh no.
Shucks. I lost it.
I dead want to see how many people will pick the ones that I chose. To be honest, the ones that I looked at, I was like, I mean, similar, but still, it's like, yeah, I just want to see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
It's gonna be excited. It's gonna be exciting.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Let's 1 second. Where's this other one? Where'd it go?
Not gonna lie, that shit made me get into my narrator's tip though. When I was reading the first the passage that you sent me,
Oh yeah.
I got
Aha.
full narrator. I went full narrator with it. I was all the way in character, thinking too damn much. I swear.
It made you
I was
think,
reading
huh?
that shit. I was reading that shit the whole way, like, oh nah, this shit about to be a banger, nigga. Especially because that's the type of shit that I'm into as well too. Those are the kind of books I like to listen to and read and shit. Yeah,
Oh, let's
yeah,
hope I
yeah.
can keep the momentum going, you know?
Hell
Let's
yeah.
see. All right. So we're not gonna do these in order. All right. I have them scattered right now, but we're gonna look at the chat. So we're gonna see if I can put them in order real quick. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's what it is. 1. So 1, 2. So I'm missing 4 and 2. 4 and 2. I don't know how those 2 disappeared. All right. So option 1. Got work. Thunder, what's up? Thanks for pulling up, bro.
Yeah.
Give you
What's
a
up?
quick shout out. This podcast is like, yo, everybody keeps pulling up, like all these people. Yeah, be a lively bunch of people that pull up from time to time, you know.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys don't follow Thunder underscore King 1397. He's also playing some Marvel Rivals, getting a thing going on here, which is nice.
Your Thunder, which Deadpool you like more?
Let's see. Let's swap. We'll do that. All right, stream. Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. All right, stream. Here we go. Option 1 for the book cover, right? Bear with me. Option 1. When you guys, let's zoom in a little bit more. This is
I was
option
gonna say,
1.
yeah, it don't. I was gonna say it only shows your emblem.
Option 1, right? That's option 1. We're gonna see if I can stagger these a little bit. Then we have option 2. I don't know why. Too big. Right? Option 2. Then we have option 3. Right?
Yeah.
Then from option 3, I review option 4. So wait, let me get this tally real quick. Option 4, option 3, then option 6.
We forgot about 5, my boy.
Yeah, no, 5. I meant 5. I said 6, but I meant 5.
Like, hold
This
on,
is
wait.
this is 6. All right, this is 5. I mean, my bad again. And this is option 6.
I'm so weird. That my shit stopped.
Love 4. You love 2. All right, so let's see. 4 is that one. So someone loves this one. So let's give this one emote. 2 is this one. Someone give this one an emote. And 5 was this one. Okay.
Damn, niggas ain't picked none of mine. God damn.
Okay.
I'm surprised. That's crazy.
5 is not a bad option. 5 is not a bad option. It looks nice. Okay. Looks nice. If I'm being honest though, 5 slaps. If I'm being honest, I'm very partial to what's that? I'm very partial to this option right here. Very partial to this one. Option 1. Option 1 definitely has my vote. I'm partial to that. But I'm also partial to somewhat 5 as well.
I'm genuinely surprised. I'm not even going front.
What?
Damn. This is all dried up already. Shit.
Let's see. So those are the options. Any thunder. Um,
Right, Deadpool. Respect. Respect it.
Deadpool, yeah. Thunder, if you're still in the chat, what's this? If you're still in the chat, do you have a preference? Who else is in this chat? Let's see. We have Chaos, and we have
What up, lady?
Thunder. Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay. For this week, though, I wanted to talk about networking. So now that we have that, we'll come back to these. We'll come back to those in a bit. But now that we've done that, and that was a whole book club segment, by the way. Listeners kind of missed out on the book club segment part, visual aspect of it, not the verbal, which is great because you always have that, don't you? But the visual aspect of being able to vote, you missed out unless you hit that link and go to my Discord and you hit the emotes. But you only have a week to do it, so no rush. But get it done if you want to be able to have a input. Here's that. Networking is very crucial, more so than a lot of people think. And it's for employments, especially like some of these seminars I've been doing recently. A lot of these places, they're pushing networking, network, which I always networked anyway because I learned early on that networking is the key to success. It's often not about what you know; it's about who you know. Which is it's sad sometimes because you can be extremely well educated, suited for a position, and get overlooked by someone because they know somebody who is on the end. It sucks, but that's kind of how it really works. But and I would say, what was that?
I was about to say, what just happened? You just froze.
Yeah, no, I was in mid thought, bro. So I would say use all your resources out there. Like the seminar that I was just in for like 3 days, 4 days, about 4 days. They were pushing LinkedIn, and like me, I'd never been a fan of LinkedIn, to be honest. But listening to all these professionals who are in different work fields, talking like people who do cybersecurity, people who literally are like HR representatives for like Fortune 500 companies, and some of them are like, "You have a LinkedIn profile? No. Call me back when you get one." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" They're like, "Yeah, apparently they use LinkedIn quite a bit these days. LinkedIn is like the headstone for networking, and if you're not on LinkedIn with like commonly mutual friends or people that you network with, you will get looked over. You would get looked past, apparently, and it's kind of sad, disheartening too, for those who get looked over. But for like motherfuckers like me, who would probably get the call back because someone I would know, I don't feel bad. I network better. No, but it just lets you know, like, you for instance, like for your job, right? You knew people, if I'm not mistaken, right? They network. Yeah, network. If you tried to go in there regularly, it'd probably take you a little bit.
I mean,
thanks, Thunder, for pulling up, bro.
It would, but it's a thing of, of course, certain places do still do need people, but the truth is they don't really need people. They just rather hire new motherfuckers than to actually give the money to the people who's already there.
Wow.
That for me. But there's like they'll hire you as long as you're not like a felon or shit like that. That's where it's like, all right, no, we can't have you here. But other than that,
Hmm.
they don't really give a damn. Like my job is not a high skill thing, or you know what I'm saying. The
Not
highest
flight
skill you need,
security.
yeah, the highest skill you need to have is patience. Like in all honesty, is patience because people are going to try you. They're going to try to test your patience. They're going to try to test your luck, and try to some other shit. Now, how cool, calm, and collected you can remain will determine how long you'll be able to get a job, or how long you'll be able to keep that job,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. Like it doesn't require much skill, but it does require a fuck ton of patience. You can't punch nobody. You can't just go punch somebody in the mouth. That's like just in case, just because they say some disrespectful shit.
You tell
At the
me
same
I can't
time,
go get a security job and just hit people? I get pissed off
I
at
wish
them.
I could. Trust me, I wish I could. But I listen. I'd go in there with a baton. What you? Bow, broke your tail light. Now what? Get out the car so I can fuck you up. Fuck you up with
Ugh.
this goddamn baton. But nah,
Like we gotta
yeah,
let you go.
we can't do that. Yeah,
We got too many complaints about you.
yeah, like yeah, you cursing people out, you breaking car taillights and all that. Nah, you gotta go, Bucko.
You're being
You can't be here
extra.
anymore.
You're being
Yeah,
extra.
you're costing us money. Nah, but all jokes aside, they don't like right now. They could legit just give a couple people 3-4 days minimum, but instead they're trying to have at least one person to work one day, then have a flex officer, or one person working 2 days, another person possibly working two, maybe 3 days, then four, five, five. That shit is not gonna fly. That's not gonna
Okay.
fly. Like when you work in these jobs, especially like the fucking security job that I have, you're gonna people you might just get overlooked just because of the fact of, well, then, like you said, people might be getting complaints about somebody or things of that nature. But genuinely, and it's starting to seem a little bit more like, you know what I'm saying? It's the favoritism shit, and not just favoritism, but it could be a little colorism as well. I don't know. I ain't
A
gonna
little
say it is. I ain't
colorism.
gonna say it ain't. You know what
No,
I'm
but
saying?
it's
But
probably
I
like
mean,
years of being there and who
yeah,
like because a
I've
lot
been
of
there for me myself. I've been there for 3-4 months now.
hmm
There's a chick who just came on there 2 months ago, and they trying to get this bitch 4 days. And I've been there like, hey, you ain't got to complain about me. You don't have no issues with me. When it come down to who needs the filler spot, you call me. I'm there for it. Shit done. It's
it's like
already
this
wrapped up.
report I just saw recently of like a rookie officer was promoted to like in uniform stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, I felt like I see something in there that I had to promote her, and I'm like, yeah, and then they show a picture of her and like in the uniform. I was like, yeah, we see what you saw. You promoted her for the wrong reason. Using that power, that authority power there inappropriately. um that happens a lot though in the workforce.
For
um
sure. For sure. Especially if there's a level of attraction. Yeah, that the person who's attracted to that other person, if they're in a position of power, they're gonna automatically do shit like, hey, let me give them extra days, let me give them some more time. I'm gonna show them a little bit more love, especially if that person if the person who's able to give out those hours is truly infatuated with somebody and that person is aware of it, they're gonna use that shit to their best ability. Which honestly, I'm not surprised. But shit, it's like yo, there's legitimately no, but this is my fault. It's my fault for not getting in something that's a higher skill or that requires a higher skill or degrees even though I ain't go to school. But you know what I'm saying, that's on me. And I recognize that. But it's true. If my networking was better, or if I knew people in other positions, since I'm still new out here, I don't know nobody yet, really. But when I do find them, oh yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I'm going to the next position, something that's gonna pay more and everything. It is about networking, 100%. who you know can help you open doors that you may not even know was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is a huge difference between you fresh going out there just randomly looking for a job, and then there's a whole nother job that you don't even know exists. But you know somebody who knows that you have the exact skills that's required for said job, but you just don't know nothing about it. But if you
Yep.
just happen to know the people and you carry yourself in the light of, hey, you know what? I'm an upstanding individual. I'm here to work. I'm not here to just collect dollars. I'm not just trying to steal company time, but I'm actually trying to make something better of myself. People gonna see that, recognize it, and usually they'll put you in a position for you to get ahead. So
Yeah.
if
That's how
networking
I
is a
got a
huge
job.
boost.
Once. Um. Uh. I was in Illinois still before I moved down here and went into the military and whatnot. Uh. My pops knew this guy who owned a dealership. Um. And I was looking for a better job, so I was like, you work with them. You guys have like this little whatever you guys have going on. So give me a job. He took me there on a fluke. Was like, yo, I'll take you here. And at first, the guy was like, nah, I don't want to hire you. Because he's like, I don't want to teach you this. And then he's having me sit in the back, and I was sitting there waiting. While I was sitting there waiting, I was like looking at all like his extra parts he had because it was a dealership. And I was looking at all his extra parts he had there, and then looking at stuff that needed to be returned. So I said, let me see real quick. And they were sitting there talking about the the issue that they're having about them losing money from like the service department. And I was like, well, let me take a look what you guys got here. And I went there, and the first day I was there, it was like 15 grand or more or something like that. I saved him because he had like a side of a shelf, just nothing but car parts just sitting there. And he was like, I got there on the phone, sitting there, and mind you, I didn't even work for this guy yet. But I was like, yo, why not? I have nothing else to do. I'm already here. So I sat there for probably like 5 hours or something like that, knocking all of it out. When he realized how much money I saved him, he gave me a job right then and there as a service manager, over the dude that was already there, pretty much, which was cool. It was like first day service manager, hell yeah. And then I worked there for probably like 3 months, and he had a body shop, and he needed a body shop manager, someone to like run the whole thing, do estimates, make the phone calls, do the payroll, pretty much just run everything. He sent me down there, which was like probably like 15 steps away because it was all connected. And I ran his body shop for about almost a full year. Didn't know anything about cars when it came to like body work and whatnot. But he sent me to school. Like he sent me to like a school for like a week to like learn. That was a quick study because when I came, even before I left, when someone was trying to teach me the small little ropes that they had, I picked up real quick, and I started talking to like the insurance companies, and I started networking. I figured out how the insurance worked, how when not to put a claim in, when to put a claim in, how you can talk to an insurance company to make them do what you want instead of them telling you that you need like an aftermarket part. And I was like just networking. That's also I found out, like, if you have car insurance, if you have the choice to go with the lowest deductible, which is like $250 most of the time, or the highest deductible, which is like $1,000, you want to go with that higher end because it lowers your insurance rates. And a lot of finance companies say, no, you can't do that. You got to have this deductible, which is like the $250. Yeah, that's cool and all, but if it's my insurance, legally I can have whatever deductible I want, because why would I put a claim in for something that's under or just under $1,000? So I should be able to pay that off, because every time you put a claim in, your insurance rates go up. So, and that's pretty much what the insurance person was telling me. It's like you anything under like $1,000, take care of it yourself, because you run risk of your insurance rates going up, and it's just a hassle. And I stuck by that. And when I was in the military, I had one finance place trying to tell me like, yo, you gotta switch to a $500 deductible. I laughed and I was like, no, I don't. What are you talking about? They were like, you do, Well, that's what we require. Yeah, you require that, or that's what you say you require, but legally you can't make me. It's the car's insured, which is what you require the car to be insured, but you can't tell me how I have to have the car insured. If I have full coverage insurance, which is required, then I have full coverage insurance. Like that's all I need to have. You can't tell me what type of full coverage insurance I need to have. You can't dictate those things. You like to try, but you can't. Um, but yeah, led me to being a body shop manager, service manager, um, knowing the ins and out of a lot of car insurance and other types of insurances for a long time. I still even feel great now when I look at it like a car and I see damage. I'm like, I can look at it like that's going to cost some money. I also learned like, when you go to like any type of mechanic place or body shop, if someone says, "Oh yeah, I can fix this," it's gonna cost you like, $1,200. Have you get it in writing. Anybody who throws a lowball price out at you and doesn't give it to you in writing, like on paper, don't believe them because they can change it anytime they want. And the first thing they say, "Did you get it in writing?" So anytime you get an estimate, always get that estimate in writing because that estimate is binding. And normally that estimate is good for like 30 days, 60 days or something like that. So as long as you come back within that certain time frame with that estimate, you can get that work done for that set price they quoted you on. Of course, there always are changes while work is being done. Most people don't know you have those substandard add-ons that happen, but those are typically small. If you have a good estimator and a good an adjuster, they'll knock majority it out in their first go. FYI. But yeah. I see we have Queen pulled up and she's probably trying to figure out like how do I
She did. She just pulled off. She dipped out.
it's just probably
She's like, I can't get up there. I want to speak. I want to say something.
I don't have my phone on me right now where I can but I can do this. Let's see. Reptar, you know how to raise your hand when you want to come up. That's not a problem. Oh, she is raising her hand. You got her? I'll get her.
Yep. Already done.
Let me see.
What up, G?
Oh shit, the mic is on. Oh, hold on. Hey,
What's going on, lady?
I'm here, surviving.
Word. Know the feeling.
Just plucked this deep.
Surviving.
That's good. What is your take on networking? Did you pulled up?
It's my take on networking. I mean, it's the best thing since sliced bread, in my opinion. I feel that only the ones that want to elevate and execute their stuff, no matter what it is, and it could be personal, yet alone business wise, are the only ones that take it seriously. Then there's other times where people just network just to have it in their phone, if that makes sense.
True.
And so I'm a big believer of putting people together. As the famous quote of my mom is 6 degrees to Gianni. So every time that, I say, "Hey, I know this person," everybody says, "Oh, we know you already know them." And I'm like, damn, is it that deep? So yeah.
Big families are like networking though too.
Yeah.
Overly.
Yeah, I mean, but it depends on your family. Like you could have the smallest family and have the biggest network, and you can have the biggest family and only have a select few. It still depends on what you do as a person. So, for example, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, it's as easy as going to a party and you meet someone and you be like, "Oh shit, we got Facebook friends, we got Instagram friends. How the fuck you know this person? How the fuck you know that person?" And that's how you start making the connection. Then there's other times that you get lucky and they don't know nobody you know. And I've gotten lucky these past couple of years, so thank the Lord. But there's at least 90% of the time I'm telling people I know half of your friends that we have in common. The other half is probably like, Instagram people that want to make music and I just happen to be friends with them because they sent me something, something they want me to listen to, or things of that nature. But usually most of the time people are touching schools I went to, churches I grew up in, Girl Scouts I put my 3 fingers up for. Like, it varies. It varies so much, and it goes as far as college. Like, did even doing my master's online, I still met people that went to the same college as me.
You got your master's,
So
Reptar?
I do. I have a bachelor's and a master's. I mean, that's like
Look at
default.
you.
If you have your master's, you have your bachelor's, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
True.
But yeah, I have both. It's just, they don't pay me enough in this world. But yeah, I mean, networking is an excellent thing to do as long as it's executed properly for the things that you need it for and want it for and can use it properly.
Side topic. What do you have your degree in again?
Bachelor's is in general music and my master's is business administration and music. So I was a double major in my master's.
Okay. Business administration. This is the strongest takeaway of that around music, but nonetheless, business administration.
Absolutely. I'm like as my boss would say, admin work is all you. I don't touch that stuff. I was like, yes, ma'am. Stay away from my paperwork.
But admin work is hard.
She says, I know nothing of you what you do. As long as if it's a kid that we got to kick out, you got the rest. I was like, as long as you give me the okay, they'll be gone in 2 seconds. Not even.
I'll knock them all
She said,
out.
"Fuck them kids, y'all. If y'all didn't know, she say fuck them kids."
Exactly
No,
what she said.
absolutely. Absolutely. To the point where I have The Rock with that quote on his face.
So
in a
it's fuck
meme.
them kids.
F them kids is exactly what's on that meme, is what I have.
Oh man.
So yeah, networking it definitely stretches because even being at work, the way I work is I found out that this one teacher knows somebody I went to college with. They did a photo shoot together.
Damn.
And so I was like, how do you know so and so? She was like, oh, that's my girl. I think she said they grew up together, they met something. I said, I went to college with this girl. I remember when she started music. Before she started doing her social stuff. Not social, like more like a body positivity kind of thing. Before that, I remember when she started it.
Mm.
So it runs deep
Hmm?
in my network. I'm like at least 4 degrees to Nick Cannon. Yeah, 4 degrees. Because my coworker from my first job knew someone that worked with Nick Cannon's people in Wildin' Out.
Okay. Fuck with
So
that.
like that's where it is. And I'm just a degree from Sweet Tea. If anyone knows the rapper Sweet Tea from back in the day, that's my god sister.
Sweet tea. I don't. I do not. Speaking of rappers and music, I have a rapper family member who is doing music and they just dropped. I don't have my freaking phone on me.
Where's the phone?
They dropped a video. Yeah, because I was gonna use it to play the song. 'Cause it's on my phone. But I must left my phone outside the office space. I guess I'll have to do it tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it on Wednesday. Actually, better yet, we'll do it on Wednesday when we get a chance, or the middle of the week episode. Again, that depends on
Yeah.
Eno
I was about to
availability.
say, y'all didn't do the
Son-
last one, and I was
Son,
waiting.
that's my bad. That's my fault. It's on me.
Look.
They done put me on the schedule now for Wednesdays after I done told my supervisor, hey, I do pods on Wednesdays now. She was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me put you second shift. So
Damn.
I don't get off till 9:45.
Yeah, and by then he's typically tired. But
Yeah, I
I'd
was
be tired
dead.
too. Shit, I'm
I
not
was
mad.
dead.
yeah,
That
so
makes sense. That's fair.
we'll
That's
figure
totally
out
fair.
that middle week episode because it was Eno's idea to bring it back.
And I'm
so
so
we're
looking forward to it happening that
under
way.
the bus.
no,
That's
it's not
crazy.
throwing him under the bus. That was mainly one of the reasons why we swapped to Sundays primarily, because it was during
That
the
was the
week
only
was
day that I had off.
yeah
For sure.
that was the only day, because we were doing Wednesdays at first and it just did not work out in the card, so we swapped to Sunday. But we'll keep aiming for this Wednesday because we already have Sundays down pat, and if we can get the middle of the week, because it doesn't have to be Wednesday per se, it can just be any time during the week as long as we have the content and time to record. So we'll definitely muster that out in the near future. We have I have a lot of stuff. Wednesdays, I think Wednesdays is going to be the episode that typically will pick that topic. And depending on the topic, we'll decide if it rolls into that Sunday, if it's a really good topic, just in case people can't pull up on those Wednesdays, or if we just keep them
I
kind
still
of
want to do what if
separated.
Wednesdays. I still got a what if Wednesdays kind of thing that
I mean,
I've
we
been.
can we can we
And
can
I'm
do a
mad
what
that I can't
if
do it.
Sunday and test the what.
Or yeah, I'm trying to find one that we're how to think about
We
it.
got.
I was
Thursday.
about to say don't start because I'll do my random story Sunday. Don't do that.
Hey, I mean, we could incorporate that in here. We can have a little segment. 30 minutes before it cuts off. We can do a little segment of your randoms if you want. I know you always have a list, Reptar, ready. I know you're looking at the list as you talking right now. Like I got a list.
Nah, not even. I'm literally about to eat my food again. That's why my camera's on.
Oh shit!
I'm about to eat my chicken sandwich all over again. Yeah, it's Popeye Sunday again.
Popeye Sunday.
Mm,
Shit, man.
yeah, but yeah. I mean, work alone is the one place I have stories for everything. That's enough.
Right away.
I think everybody has those like hellacious, funny work stories, or the like those ones that just give you like the double takes. Like what? Come again? But they're
No,
funny enough
it's
where
so
you have to
bad.
share. Where you have to share them because like they were so unreal.
No, part two is one of those moments. It's one of those moments where you're trying to keep your hands to yourself and not get fired. That's how deep my stories go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We definitely gonna have to hear some of these.
yeah. Yeah, it's so bad that people get slick with the mouth and they think it's okay to say stuff about people and children that we work with. And I'm like, all right, well then I'm gonna lose my job today. And it's been nice knowing you all.
See?
Like, I don't like that. That's me. Total sidebar. They have the New York Gaming Awards on Twitch right now.
New York Gaming Awards. I didn't know New York had a game. Yeah, I didn't know they had one. I didn't know. Fuck.
Mortal
The fuck
Kombat
is
is
New York Gaming
Mortal
Awards,
Kombat,
nigga?
they
I've
just
never
showed
heard of
it,
that.
Is that new?
I don't know. It's the 15th annual, so no.
15th annual. I've never heard
Yo,
of that.
you are from New York, Mr. Henry. Like
Never heard that.
I don't
Never
where's the
heard of
know
sauce from?
everything. I'm with
Where's the
him.
sauce
He
from?
is me and I am
We've
him.
never. Look, that was never around when we was out there, dog. I don't remember that. Apparently it was, but I've never heard of it. New York
At least-
Gaming Award.
New York
At
Gaming
least
Awards.
10
What
of
the
those
fuck
years
is
we
that?
were outside. We were literally outside playing games.
These
We
niggas
weren't
had
inside.
14?
It's the New York Gaming Award.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Elder Scrolls just won.
I'm wondering why the hell did it feel cold?
They got the Highline Award for best remake. Elder Scrolls. It beat Mortal Kombat.
Elder Scrolls beat Mortal Kombat.
Yes, as a remake. Yeah, Elder Scrolls 4. As a high end, they said a high end game on a remake or something close to what I said. Yeah.
Talking about Oblivion.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Because 5 is Skyrim. So
they said 4. They said 4 remastered.
No. I was counting.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. Mm-hmm.
See the fire
They beat Mortal Kombat.
Uh-huh.
It was the Legacy
collection. I didn't play Oblivion myself, but I mean, from what I understand, it was like where Skyrim got, like where they got the love for Skyrim to come from was Oblivion, and that would have been the best thing for me to try out, according to Todd. So
yeah.
I didn't play that one, but I do know Elder Scrolls in general has a hold on me. So I would be biased if I was to say anything other than that. I have not really played every Mortal Kombat game out there. I've played them.
I have.
But yeah, Elder Scroll for Oblivion to get it over Mortal Kombat, that makes sense to me. I'm sorry.
Oblivion Remaster got it over Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the legacy. It was the legacy collection of Mortal Kombat. So when they redid all the it was the whole collection of the old ones. that they remastered, and it was actually
Oh,
pretty good. It was actually really, really good. That's TV not loud.
oh. I mean, I understand, right? To be able to go ahead and go play all the arcade shits and everything else. I mean, even
Right.
the what was the one that we had with Zombie Liu Kang on a GameCube?
Oh,
I
come on.
remember that
Bloody
shit.
Alliance.
Bloody
Yeah.
Alliance. Yup. Bro,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember shit like that. So to be able to go ahead and go run that back and
Deadly
every
Alliance.
Deadly Alliance.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bloody Alliance.
Deadly
Deadly Alliance.
Alliance. Yeah, remember all of those people came back on the Mortal Kombat 1, which is technically 12. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Armageddon,
mean,
Armageddon
shit.
and Alliance was put back with all of those people like Havoc and uh um what's her face? What's her name? The Ethiopian. I call her Ethiopian because she gives the features of Ethiopian. What's her name? The soldier that worked with Melina. Loves Melina. She's in a relationship with her. What the fuck is her name?
Ah, I don't know. I haven't played it in a while, but
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
they brought back everybody from Deadly Alliance, Armageddon, and from 11,
Mm, okay.
Mortal
Okay.
Kombat 1 or 12. Yeah.
But you got that, and then, but for some people, I guess to be able to go ahead and go join the Dark Brotherhood, not only the Dark Brotherhood, but the pinnacle, as people put it, like of when they started actually going ahead and doing all their like storytelling and whatnot, the Dark Brotherhood, which I really had fun with Oblivion. I'm not gonna lie, I put in easily 300 hours on my
Mhm.
first playthrough, and then just doing different things like reloading saves, like going back, like,
Right.
oh, okay, I did it this way, let me do it this way, and then find out I like doing it the wrong way, and then
That's the
I
wrong way.
got
You
people coming
stupid.
after me. See me, I'm just an oppie person, you know. I don't I
We
appreciate everybody and all the smoke, you know. That's just
we
more
know,
loot for
friend.
me.
We know.
And then to be able to go ahead and play as a Daedric Prince as Shed Gorath, I mean, but I understand that. While some people will be like, yeah, yo, this brought back everything. Like I was able to transport myself back to when this came out. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very possible to do that with Mortal Kombat as well.
Absolutely, because Goro was brought back to the game too, and he was killed in Mortal
Oh,
Kombat 10.
don't tell me
9.
that.
He was killed in 9.
Damn, I ain't see that nigga in a while. Yup.
Yeah, Goro's in there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Golly.
And then instead of what's his face? Cage? What's his face? Johnny Cage is Janet
Yeah,
Cage from a whole nother multiverse. So
You said who?
Johnny and
Instead
Janet.
of Johnny Cage, because he died,
It's
Oh,
Janet.
they have so y'all gotta play Mortal Kombat 11. So
Yeah.
what?
I
yeah,
miss so
everybody died.
much.
Everyone died. And they changed and you gotta remember, and well, they changed they multiverse. They changed the whole timeline and they made it so that everything
Yeah, so
restarted from scratch.
Liu Kang is Raiden and Raiden is Liu Kang now. I do know that. They
Right.
flipped. I
Instead
know
of it
that's
being
how that went.
instead of the actual canon that should have happened would have been Kung Lao
It's,
being Liu Kang and Liu Kang being Raiden. And Raiden was supposed to be obsolete
Mm.
because technically he went so evil that he wasn't even supposed to be brought back. But because it was changed in the timeline, he allowed Raiden to redeem himself as the first um combatant. Kung Lao was supposed to be first, hence the end credits of 11.
yeah, that would have made sense though. Because
That
of their
technically is
friendship, that would have
canon.
made sense.
Exactly. That technically should have been canon, but they kind of pissed me off with that one. But yeah,
Well, I mean, that kinda tracks to me. I'm not gonna lie. That tracks just because it resets it where, you know what I'm saying, he becomes the god again, like the thunder god again, versus it being just Kung Lao. I mean, it being Liu Kang, and then they have to create a whole new version for Kung Lao, where like the wind god, the wind thunder god, or some shit like that. That's not. I'm not
I
gonna front.
mean,
I couldn't.
granted,
I couldn't
granted,
see
yeah.
as a god your main weapon being your hat. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's where wind. Well, remember, he's wind, so like he'd be the avatar. So his shit would be. Remember, he teleports and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get that, 100%. But once
Yeah.
again, his most of his moveset is not the same shit. Like Kung
Fair.
Lao is different from Liu Kang, and how fucking even even how Raiden's moveset was, at least
But
back in
at
the
the
day.
same time, Liu Kang absorbed the thunder powers and became the thunder fire god. So that's why I
Yeah,
said it doesn't make sense because Raiden's powers were given to Liu Kang. That's why I said it doesn't make sense. Why would you redo the thunder when you already gave it to the next heir?
true. Yeah,
You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? You're going backwards now. Because if
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Raiden said you got to change the timeline, because at the same time when all of that happened in 11 with Katana and them, they all became gods in their own realm.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you, so what I'm saying is it didn't make sense when Raiden became a god in a whole nother realm. Why do you need him again?
Because you need them
I
stronger
mean, but
from
then again,
both
who's gonna fill
realms.
that void? Like, it's gonna
Well,
be a
again,
different
Liu
Raiden.
Kang was already made to be destined to fill that void. He was already destined to fill that void. Look, Kung Lao was the next to fulfill that void. That's why
He can.
him and Liu Kang were besties. That's why they stayed together for so long, because he was next as the monk.
I dig it, and honestly, I think there's still gonna be a way to make Kung Lao the champion versus
I hope
him
so.
being like Raiden could be the first contestant, but Kung Lao might still end up being the champion, like
I
the
mean, that
champion
would
of the gods.
make sense, but they could have scrapped all of that and just started from there. But now Lord Havoc from a whole nother dimension from 11, oh no, from the first story of 1 is now the new king. He's the new Shao Kahn.
Mm, I get that. That makes sense. I can see
Right.
that.
He's Shao Kahn now because he came from when Shang Tsung was trying to screw up the stuff because he wanted more control. That's because he became a god in a whole nother space.
Hmm.
This was from 11 into 1 now.
Damn.
I haven't played the Lord Havoc one. Well, I did because now Sub-Zero is Noob Saibot and I can't beat him because I got this girl that I can't think of her name again. And I'm trying to use her movesets, and her movesets is too slow for Noob Saibot. He's faster. So yeah. They killed Sub-Zero already in the part that I'm at right now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, shit, really.
He
Damn,
never
they
I mean
he,
Sub
he,
Zero's
that's
already
he
gone.
canon.
That's
can never
crazy.
catch a break.
Yeah, no, I mean that's technically the story. Sub-Zero gets caught and he becomes Noob Saibot. That's the actual story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's not my childhood story. I refuse to
Yeah,
accept it.
Yeah,
That's
unfortunately,
crazy.
fucking stories all the time.
Yeah, they do. They do that. Not even with just. I mean, they do that because they don't come up with any new material whatsoever. They a lot of the time is because they're constantly recycling the same type of material. You can only do so many stories to where the stories start to just get truly fucked up because like
Yeah,
how much can you truly do? Like how many Mortal Kombat's are there? 11, right? 11 at least right now, or
11
12?
games.
Yeah, or probably more than that.
It's 12, but 12 is one because they reset the
The,
timeline, so they
yeah,
didn't
so they're
call it
trying to
12. They called it one.
yeah, so they fucked up so much they had to reset the timeline and say, hey, let's see if we can get it right this time. That's exactly what they
Yeah,
did.
no, yeah, you're absolutely right. But you got to remember in Mortal Kombat 9 when they finally migrated to Xbox 360 and PlayStation, what was that? PlayStation 3 at the time?
Yeah,
Was it
I
3?
think it
Yeah.
was.
They fucked up the timeline then because that's when Sindel became evil because Shao Kahn told Shang Tsung to bring her back alive, but not as
Yeah.
her loving mom, Katana's and Melina's loving mom. Well, technically Katana, because Melina was made by chemicals. She was made into being this evil queen to only love Shao Kahn and be loyal to him.
Hmm.
So, 9 was fucked up too. Hence them all dying in 9. And in 10 and 11, they're trying to fix the timeline. Hence Shinnok coming down as one of the elder gods in 10. Yeah, it's a whole cascade of fuckery, as you can say. Yeah. Did everyone leave?
No, we're still here.
Nah, just
I'm just
Oh, I'm like, oh, I was
no,
about to say
I'm
the end.
still here. No, I'm still here. I'm just listening. No,
But, yeah, I mean that's the full story. That's all I got. So
thanks.
I really my goal as I'm listening to this think about the remakes. My goal is to hopefully see a future in the entertainment industry where we stop using so much of the content that is already out there for remakes. Now, some of them truly do need a proper remake send off, and that's fine. But we have so much unused material that are in the libraries and books that could be phenomenal stories that they just refuse to sit down and pick up and read to make a script out of, or to contact the author to get their manuscript so that way they can just easily convert it over to a movie script. Uh, they've gotten lazy. The industry has completely gotten lazy. Copy, repeat, rinse. It's not even just like the movie industry. It's like the gaming industry too. Like 2K, for instance, like 2K is copy and paste every year, pretty much. They make some small changes here and there, but majority of it is copy and paste. And that's kind of, I think Assassin's Creed too lately has been a copy and paste. Like I bought Assassin's Creed games recently, and I haven't thoroughly gotten through them because they just all feel like lackluster, low effort that they really put into them. You can really tell after a while that if they truly put time into it, like making it its own new thing, or if they just say, "Hey, a new story, but let's copy and paste pretty much all the mechanics from the other thing into here and just call it a day." No one's going to know the
Yeah, I
difference.
feel you on that. I feel you on that. The only one I felt disrespected by, like, if you're going to do Assassin's Creed justice. You feel me?
Yeah, I felt
Like
like
with
what was
Mirage,
it?
you gave
The,
us Prince of Persia. You gave us
yeah,
Prince of Persia. And I'm not
yeah.
okay with that. I wanted Assassin's Creed, not Prince of Persia. I'd have bought Prince of Persia. You'd have made a legitimate Prince of Persia game on its own kind of timing where you could be on some thief shit too. You moving about, you catching bodies, and not just a side scroller, but a legitimate 3D world where open world adventure kind of thing. You have the opportunity to create you're like you create your story. Yeah, and then like differs depending on your actions kind of thing. Yes, make it a fucking RPG style if you want to, whatever. But do something different other than that. But don't take Assassin's Creed and make it some other shit. And honestly, Unity was the best fucking one that got the ball dropped on it. I'm sorry. The only one where you could play with your homies and
People's,
y'all go
yeah,
catch bodies as a group.
yeah, that was
That
good.
shit was lit. Make them shits multiplayer like that again. Or
The-
or or bring back the other shit where it was assassins hunting down motherfuckers and y'all doing the oh shit. I gotta hide between motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, I
Oh
remember
shit,
that
make
shit. I
sure you
remember
don't get
that.
me. And
I
then you
remember
attack
that.
the wrong nigga and I can knock you the fuck out and run off. Let
Uh,
bring that shit back out.
I remember that shit. Or I mean, yeah, the only one I thoroughly enjoyed recently of the ones I played, and it's not even a recent one, was Assassin's Creed Origin. That was the last one I thoroughly, truly enjoyed the shit out of playing. That's when they
I could dig
decided, I
it.
guess, to go to like the open world type shit, but sand pit. It was massive. Like that game was good as a
No,
standalone.
no,
Uh, it was
no.
good to me.
Black Flag.
Black Flag was good too. Black
Black
Flag was
Flag.
good, but I'm talking about
Black
like
Flag had
recent,
the hands
more
down
recent.
Pirates of the Caribbean feel. It did have its own kind of assassin style to it, where you a whole pirate. I'm sorry, that shit was fire though.
That's when they
That
introduced the
was a
boats.
good
If I'm not
one.
mistaken, the boats got
Yeah,
introduced
and that
there,
was
and
like
they brought those over to the Origin, and that shit was fucking fire in the Origins.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was.
Yeah,
Origins was fire too. I can't front like it wasn't.
yeah, it
Bayek was
was.
that nigga. He was
And,
that dude. He was that dude. The story was compelling. It was actually worthwhile. Like you can feel that they loved the project that they was making. Now it
oh
feels
yeah,
like they're doing shit to make money again. It's just to create dollars, and that shit sucks because they're killing their name for a few fucking dollars when they can make way more making a game that we would fucking love, not just gonna cater to everybody and trying to put everybody's fucking, oh well, let's make it where this appeals to this person and this person. No, just make a fucking game that's good based around assassin shit, bro. You had, oh, you could have just went straight ninja related if that was the case for Shadow. I swear
Yeah.
that shit would have been the perfect move because real shit, that's what being an assassin would have been. Not fucking running through shit with Yasuke, being a whole fucking bulldozer, knocking shit over. Granted, he's cool to play, but he's not the one I want to be playing that shit with. I'm sorry. I stopped playing it immediately. I actually asked for my money back.
On which one?
I genuinely did. I bought the hard copy and sold that shit not too long afterwards. I played that shit and got rid of it.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
I don't know what the fuck I played. Shadow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I only played it
Yeah,
digitally. I didn't buy the
I was
hard
not a fan
copy.
of that.
I bought it. I actually didn't buy that at all. I had the Ubisoft pass, so I got to play it for free. I'm a firm believer. If I can get a subscription, right, and it's cost effective for me, and I